I'm having anxiety or panic or something, both.
What's the difference?
I'm gonna need a sub for today.
What's bothering you?
Everything.
It just feels like I blew the whole thing, like I suck as a person.
You're not entitled to a perfect partner or a perfect life.
I didn't leave you because you became a teacher. I left because I thought I was doing what I love with the man I love.
How was your weekend?
It was great.
He's some big man now.
You guys walk away.
All right, good morning. Happy Monday.
Hey, Joe. Great to talk to you again. I appreciate your time.
Hey, good to see you again, Preston.
Yeah. So what's fascinating to me about your work as a storyteller are the parallels between Don John and Mr. Corman. Both works analyze how we live our lives, struggle to connect, and are constantly under construction. Obviously, you had certain thoughts about what to explore when going into this project, but how would you say exploring all the show's themes, the character of Mr. Corman, and the style you bring to it has further opened up your mind as both a human and a creative, or has it helped you get a little more out of your mind?
That's a wonderful question, man. I mean, there's so much there. Well, I mean, first of all, I appreciate you connecting the dots with Don John because, in a way, it's a really different character and a really different movie. But you're right; those commonalities are there. They're both characters that are kind of trying to find themselves
Hmm.
and aren't 100% there yet. And by the end of the story, do take some steps in hopefully a healing and growing direction. Obviously, Don John is quite a different guy from
Right.
Mr. Corman. And a movie is also a really different thing than a series. And that's one of the things I've really enjoyed about Mr. Corman was, having 10 half-hour episodes. You really get to dive in deep. You get to explore different nooks or crannies, go off on different tangents. And to me, that feels so much more like real life.
Yeah.
In a feature film, you really get to say one thing. Everything else in a good, tight feature film all ladders up to like the single point you're making.
Hmm.
And that's wonderful. And when it works, it's like magic. But with a series, I feel like, I can make multiple points. I can go off on an episode and be like, all right, well, let's explore what it means for Josh to deal with masculinity. Now let's go off and talk about his family and his relationship with his mom. Okay, now here's a different episode about, his art or his ex, and these can all be different episodes. And like I said, that's how life is day to
Yeah.
day. It's not like there's one single solitary point that just is right in the center of every single day of my life. That's not what life is. So getting to work in a series format just feels really real to me.
Yeah, yeah, and I appreciate that you go down all those avenues. When Don John came out, you and I talked about the company that you founded with your brother, Hit Record, and I wonder, as a filmmaker now, compared to where you were as a storyteller when making Don John, would you say that you find more inspiration from the creatives you've collaborated with on Hit Record, or the filmmakers out there who are making movies or television shows today?
That's such a good question. I mean, I think it's really both. It's why I love being part of the Hit Record community so much because it does get me out of that Hollywood bubble. It's
Hmm.
easy in the middle of, when you're having a meeting with a filmmaker or with executives at a given studio, everyone's kind of speaking the same language. Everyone knows each other. It can be a bit of an exclusive social circle. And with Hit Record, I get to break out of that and not just talk to people, but collaborate with
Yeah.
people that are coming from completely different perspectives and totally other places in the world. People that have never been a part of any kind of Hollywood industry at all, but still have vibrant, perspectives and artistic voices. And I find that so refreshing. So, look, I also have definitely drawn a lot of influence from various filmmakers I've got to work for as an actor. But yeah, I think I've thrown a lot of extra spice and color in that I've taken
Yeah,
from Hit Record.
yeah. I'm excited for people to see episode 7. But as
Yeah,
yeah,
thanks.
Yeah, this was great. Thank you so much for your time. I have so much more I'd love to ask you, but I really do appreciate your time today.
Oh, sorry, I was long-winded. I only let you get a couple in.
Oh, it's all good. All right, take care, sir.
Great to talk to you, Preston. Thank you.
Everything is a complete disaster.
You have the privilege of expecting everything to just work out. Now that you're faced with some adversity, it could feel like the end of the world.
You want to stop feeling like you're feeling?
What about this weighted blanket?
It costs $250.
We can make our own version.
You can't make your own version.
You feeling less anxious?
No, I'm really not.
You can't stop thinking about all the things you should have done and why you didn't do them.
I know I can be negative sometimes. It's not how I want to be.
Nothing is perfect. I don't know why that's so hard for you to see. The question is, what do you do now?
When your name is just a name.